taking you in this moment. Come get close like you own name. Read your aura, you want more of all this love, you'll be your name. Release all of your burdens. It's been me, you'll be such a...
Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. It is currently 10:30 on Sunday morning. We're going to be doing this till 10:30 on Monday morning. And it's just going to be a solid 24 hours. If I fall asleep, I fall asleep. That gets into my reading time. So we're going to see how many books I can read in 24 hours. I'm going to preface this by saying I'm dyslexia. Sometimes I read quick, sometimes I read slow. We don't know how this is going to go. I'm just going to read books that I feel like reading and we're going to see what happens. This is my first ever time trying to do this, so be gentle with me. But I'm going to be filming mainly on my phone just for ease. So if I do leave the house or anything, I don't have to take a camera with me. This can be easy. We will be going out to get some snacks. That will be happening. I just know that for a fact because I'm going to need some energy to be able to do this today. And I'm going to be having my watch like as my timer just for ease basically. So yeah, that is a plan of action. The first book we're going to be reading is Mr. Hockey by Layla Riley. But this is an ice hockey NFL with a bookworm. I just picked it because it was a short one. So I thought an easy one to start with. It's short. I believe it's like, yeah, it's under 200 pages. It's 194 and the writing's big. So I thought this is a really easy one to start with. We're going to start with this one and then see what next. Because I do want to read Unravel Me by Beck and Mac, but that is a thick book. So I thought I'll ease myself in gently with the thinner books and then see how far we get into it. But yeah, this is the first read. We're going to start the timer. We're starting it. It only let me do it to 23 hours, not 24 hours. So we're going to have to remember to add an extra hour on. But there we go. It started. Number one is complete, Mr. Hockey. I will give my full reviews at the end, but from what I was reading at the beginning, it felt like a fever dream. It was a very short book, so obviously it went really quickly. Not my favourite, but I will give my full thoughts at the end of the video. So on to the next book. We are currently 21 hours 46 minutes currently. So that took me, what, 2 and a bit hours to read? And I did have breakfast in that mix as well. So very quick read. We're going to choose the next one. I don't know what we're going to choose yet. Don't know whether or not I'm thinking Jasper, Vale or Bodygard. I'm going to see which one is on an audiobook because I want to see if I can nip out to the shop and get some energy drinks and a snack. Decided on Jasper, Vale by Devney. I've wanted to read it for ages. It's a small town, but it's going to be a bit different because he's a coach. So we're going to read this one. I had a look at the blurb of the Bodygard and I do want to read it, but I don't know if I'm feeling it right now. So we're going to pick this up. I also checked about the times. Shops opening. Yeah, I forgot it was Easter freaking Sunday, so everything's shut. So we're going to be staying in the house. Today we won't be leaving it, so yeah. I don't know if you're wonky or not, but you're currently sat on the matching chair to this. So you might be. We are 4 hours in, we are 20 hours into the challenge. And I'm on Jasper Vale so far, and I'm on chapter 8, page 93. This book is so funny. So the last one ended with how they were. So the fact that they were in Vegas and Eloise and Jasper got drunk. It ended with the fact that they got married. So that's where we're starting off from. They got married. And Jasper's already been married once before by getting married in Vegas like he did with Eloise. And he's got a wedding to go to. That's his ex-wife's wedding. And they're like, oh, let's get like not married and stuff. And he said that he'll give her a few weeks to tell her family. She hasn't told them because obviously the Edians and a small town, everything goes everywhere. So he's just outed her and has just said, look, I need to go to a wedding. Let's just own this and just say like, we got married. It was reckless, but we're going to see where things go. And he needs her for a wedding in July. So they're going till July. After that wedding, they can get a divorce. So that's where we're at currently. complete. I've just finished Jasper Vale, which is Devney Perry's book, and we are currently 18 hours 23 minutes into it. I'm just going to pause it whilst we do the review. So this I really enjoyed. It was 4.5 stars. It's about Jasper and Eloise, who got married in Vegas, which is how we left the third story and went into this one. Now, he has a little past with his parents not getting love. They were rich and just had a kid to be able to pass money along to, which is why he is where he is. He also had an ex-wife, which we learn about, and we learn about Jasper and why he is the way he is, and also about Eloise and how she's always a people pleaser, always want to do the best. Obviously, this is a Devney Perry book, like something major happens at the end, which changes everyone's minds and everyone comes together because the Eden family is a found family. And again, Jasper in this, like all the rest of them, has found a family within the Edens. So I love these books for the found family and everyone coming together. Like, I loved it. It was a 4.5 stars. I think I prefer it to the last two in the series, but it's still not as good as Indigo Ridge, but it was a really good one. I think I liked it because it was different. It was outside, and like he took her to Italy for his ex's wedding, which is kind of like the whole preface of it. And then in the end, like, he was like, where do you want to go? And she was like, Paris. Have you ever been to Paris? And they just booked her on a flight to go to Paris with him. And yeah, it was very cute. I loved it. I love these books so much, and I cannot wait to read the last two, but I kind of don't want the series to end because they're some of my favorites. But yeah, that's the second one then, and we're going on to the third one, which I've already decided because I was thinking in my brain, I was like, I want something a bit different. I don't want to keep going back to romance for like the next 24 hours, so we're going to change it up and we're going to do a YA. I've decided we're going to do Bite Risk because this is a werewolves, and like the kids can't keep up, but the writing's pretty big and it should be easy. It says, welcome to the town of the Turned. Stella Archer lives in an ordinary town, an ordinary residence, except for one night when the full moon rises, all the adults turn into werewolves, and it is up to Stella and his friends to protect them from danger. I thought it'd be quite a good one. I mean, if I don't like it, then I'll just stop reading it. I'll change it, but something a bit different. It's a YA book, and apparently if you like School and Duggery, you'll like this, which I've got downstairs. But in my brain I was like, what do I read next? And then this popped into my brain, so I was like, better pick it up whilst it's in my brain. It's been on my shelf for a while, so yeah, this is the next one that I'm going to read. So I have read up to chapter 10 of this, but it's just not for me. So due to that, I'm gonna stop reading this. So this is a DNF, first DNF of the video. We're currently 17 hours and 50 minutes into it. So the next one that we're gonna choose is gonna be The Bodyguard by Katherine Center. So she's a bodyguard, he's the one that she's protecting. So yeah, we're gonna see this, but the writing it's small. The writing is very small, so I might see if it's on Kindle. But yeah, this is the next one that we're gonna read, and I'm excited to read it, so yeah. Doing this for over 10 hours now. I am 13 hours and 49 minutes into this challenge, and I've just finished The Bodyguard. This was a 3-star read for me. Palette cleanser, not my favorite, not the worst book I've ever read. Like, a 3-star for me is just like, it's decent, like it's neutral. This what this book was. It was about a guy who needed a bodyguard, and she had to fake date him and pretend to be his girlfriend whilst he went back to the farm to look after his mum who had cancer. And yeah, something happens at the end where she obviously had to protect him. But yeah, palette cleanser, it was decent. It was under 300 pages, nice short read. Not my favourite though. I don't know what to read next. I'm thinking I want it in something easy to read, something, because I want to read at some point Unravel Me by Becca Mack. But that is a thick book, like a 400-page book. And also, at this moment in time, I just want a floppy book that I can get through pretty easily. I'm potentially thinking I'm going to read another Eden, because I think that's a good safety net for me in Eden. And then once I've read that, I can then either choose something off my Kindle or I'll read Unravel Me. I'm thinking this is gonna be the next one, Crimson River book. This one's Layla's book. I think this is what I want to read, because I do want to really want to read Unravel Me, but with it being such a big book, I'm like, do I read it for this challenge where I'm trying to like read as many books as possible, or do I read it at a different time? I don't know yet. We'll decide. Maybe if I finish this and I fancy it, then we'll get to it. But yeah, I just want a book that I can just kind of hold. You know what I mean? Like, it's floppy, it's easy to hold. That's a really strange thing to say of why I've chosen a book. But yeah, easy read. I know don't know what's gonna happen, but like, it's kind of like a safety net. It's a safety blanket, because we are currently at 10 to 10. So we don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how tired I'm gonna get. So we're gonna choose this one. Very excited. Currently 11:30. And I haven't read much because there was a TV programme on TV that my parents were watching of the life of Paula, not of Paula Grady, but like Paula Grady's like drag queen. So I was watching that, not reading. So I'm like 69 pages in. What a page to land on. But yeah, I'm on chapter 6 of this book. So far, Layla's got assaulted when she went on a walk because Eloise forced her to go on a walk. This copper trying to come after the guy because he's killed someone or something. 11.5 hours into it. As you tell, I'm very tired. It is currently 8:40 in the morning. We have got around about 3.5 hours left of the challenge by what it says on my watch. I fell asleep. I did not read. I just went straight to sleep. So we've got only 3.5 hours left. Let's see how many books we can read in 3.5 hours. I believe it will be just one. But let's see. I'm gonna stay here and read this book that I've got currently, which is Crimson River. And yeah, I think that's probably going to be the only book that we've got to finish. But we're going to read this and we'll see what happens. We'll see where we go to, we'll see what happens. But yeah, 3.5 hours left of the challenge. It's bank holiday, it's my day off. And I've woken up at 8:30. Why is my body naturally waking me up at this time? I mean, it's a good thing for the challenge because it means I've got time left. But I legit, for the next 4 days, have to be up at 7. I've had no lions this my bank holiday, 0 lions. My body's naturally waking me up. I don't know how I feel about it. But hey ho, we're gonna get reading now. It's gonna be a fun time. Challenge is done. We have done it for 24 hours. So we have fully completed 3 books and DNF 1, and we're in the middle of another one. We're in the middle of Crimson River. My god. But we've got this much left. I'll probably finish this off like today or tomorrow, depending if I actually want to read today, because I won't lie to you guys, I just want to sit and watch some YouTube. That's it, because I have a little bit of a headache going on. But yeah, we've completed it. I'm gonna go and get myself ready, and then I will do a full wrap up of everything that we read, my thoughts, my feelings, once I'm ready for the day, because I did not fully get ready yesterday. I got like semi ready, but like not fully ready. It was like a full-blown pajama day yesterday. So I'm gonna get myself ready for the day, and then I'll talk you through what we've read, thoughts and feelings, how I thought the challenge has gone, and all of that jazz. So I'm gonna get myself ready and then I will come back. I'm actually so annoyed right now. My book just fell off my bed, and can we see that damage right there? This was a pristine book. We're gonna get into the books that we finished. Can I be bothered moving to a better location? No, because that would mean having to tidy my room. So we have finished 3 books. We DNF'd 1. and we are almost finished with the 4th book. Could I have finished it if I didn't fall asleep? Yeah, but your girl had a headache, so she just went I'm sleeping, like she will do tonight very early because she got an 11-hour shift. Anywho, we're going to talk through the books. First book I finished was Mr. Hockey. This was a 2.5 star read. It's under 200 pages, which is why I started with it. So it felt like a fever dream. Right in the beginning, it just felt like a fever dream because she is this bookworm who runs this library and basically is a librarian. And her sister is this hockey thing, and something happens where he has to come and like help her out. And her sister's like, yeah, I'll just come along. She's his biggest fan, so like in her head she keeps like imagining him doing things, and then he actually does those things, and I'm just like, this just feels like a fever dream. And because it's under 200 pages, there's no like depth, it kind of just goes straight through it. And I was reading it and I was just like, yeah, this needs more pages, this needs more context, this needs to not feel like a fever dream. Like if in the end it says and she woke up, I wouldn't be surprised. So fever dream, bookworm, hockey romance, not for me. 2.5 stars. The next book I read was the book that just got damaged from falling off my bed, and that is Jasper Vale by Devney Perry. This was a 4.5 stars. Loved it. This is about Jasper and Eloise. They have to get into a fake, well, sorry, they went to Vegas, they got married in Vegas. They then had to fake the marriage. Well, it's not really a fake marriage because they are married, but they had to keep the marriage alive because of Eloise and the hotel. When you read the other books, you can know that Eloise is having a big deal with this hotel and how her parents don't think she's responsible enough, and they've just realised she's responsible enough. It's like they're holding this thing above her head, which is the hotel. So she's like, shh, what do I do? Like, I'm just being so irresponsible, and she keeps calling herself stupid Eloise, which very gets to me because I'm like, no love, you're fine. They have to keep the relationship alive, the marriage alive, so they move in together. He also asks her to go to Italy for his ex-wife's thing, which you then learn about. You learn about Jasper, the way he is, why he brought up how he was the way he is, why his ex is so toxic, because you can see like when he answers the phone or answers her text, like how toxic his ex is. This is from like 10 years prior as well. And it's just amazing. I was hooked from the very beginning to the very end. That's why I love Devney Perry's books, because there's no like, oh, I need 50 pages to get into it, or oh, I don't need like 100 pages to get into it. You're hooked from the very beginning, and that is what I like. I like a book that can hook me. The next book I tried to read was Bite Risk, which I got 10 chapters in, and this is a YA book. I decided I'll try some YA. I had it on my shelf from ages ago. Just thought I will give it a go. Not for me. Didn't like it. Couldn't get along. I think it's because it was kids. Like, if you were like a baby tween, like between the ages of 11 and 13, you'll like it because you'll relate to them. And it's an interesting story. As a 22-year-old, couldn't relate, couldn't get along with it. And as well, it was from a guy's point of view, which I don't mind. I can read that. But I think just knowing how this was, I was like, I just can't do it. It wasn't for me. It's not my thing. But I will be recommending this to people like as a teenager, if that makes sense. Like between the ages of like 9 and 13, I would recommend this. But that's not this audience. But any like family friends I've got or whatever, I'll be like, that is the book to go for. The next one I read was The Bodygard by Katherine. This was good. It was a 3-star read for me. I enjoyed it. It was under 300 pages. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it. He is a famous person who needs a bodyguard. He doesn't realise his team set him up with a bodyguard, but they did. She then has to pretend to be his girlfriend to protect him. They go to his ranch because his mum is ill, and that's what he's asked. And then loads of stuff comes out because he has 2 stalkers. So they think it's one, got rid of him. He goes back and is like, oh shit, that's not the stalker. But also there's a lot of family stuff going along. I enjoyed it. Palette cleanser, not my favourite story ever. Like, it was okay. You know, not the best thing in the world. I think with the books that I'm now reading, if I'm not infused by it, I don't like it. Like, I need to be hooked. I think it's because I'm also reading, since like November last year, I've read so many of the same books that they need to be special to grip me, because I've read so many. I think I'm going to be going on to my dark romance hype soon though, because after this I need some dark romance. I need something that's not light and fluffy. I need some oomph. Saying that, Crimson River, I'm part way through it. I'll probably finish it today or tomorrow. This has some oomph to it. Like, Layla gets strangled on her walk that Eloise sends her on at the end of this book, because the book always finishes how the next one's gonna start. She's like, finds out Vice, who comes along, he is a copper, and he comes along into Quincy like after this happened to Eloise, because he was like, oh, not after what this happened to Layla, but like came in because he thought that he could be there. Turns out he saw the girl and was like, Layla, was like, that's him. So they're trying to find him whilst also having a relationship of sorts. They're friends with benefits, and yeah, he is now leaving because he can't find him, the guy, and like it tells her the story of like why he's after her and all of this, and it's so good. Like, I'm gripped. But if it wasn't for this video, I probably would sit and finish it, but because I've read like literally 3 books in a row, one after another, I just want to sit and watch YouTube. That's it. I just want to sit and watch YouTube. I got myself ready and I was just like, I just want to do nothing. I don't want to read a book. I just want to sit and do nothing. But yeah, that was all the books that I've read or tried to read this 24 hours. Will I be doing this anytime soon? No. I might do a 12-hour one though, because I feel like I enjoyed it, but I think for the full 24 hours I was a bit like, oof. But I think if I did this for 12 hours or split it up, like do 12 hours one day, 12 hours the next day, have a sleep, I could do it. But I would need like dedicated time. I would need a day off from work the next day, if you know what I mean. Like, I couldn't do this and then go back to work like I am today. Well, tomorrow. That would kill me off. But yeah, I did really enjoy it. These are all, apart from Bite Risk, off my spring TBR. So I'm quite happy I've actually gone through my spring TBR, because otherwise I wouldn't have done that. So, you know, proud of me for that. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want to see more of these 24-hour reading vlogs. What type of reading vlogs do you want? Do you want me to do a 12-hour one? Do you want me to do like reading vlog over what I read over a week? Like, please do let me know what you want to see from me, because I think it'd be really nice to see that. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time in my next video. I don't know what's going to be yet, but it'll be on Sunday, 4 PM GMT time. I always post on a Sunday at 4 PM. So I'll see you there.